black cookie wake up. Get down on me, wadi black cookie wake up. Get down on me, wadi black cookie wake up. Get down on me, wadi black cookie. Hello. May the great spirits of goodness spread you. Did them what? What? Cheers, Billy. I'm on to it. Shannon? Yeah, they pulled the meeting forward. Yeah. Meet me at the mill. Oh, morning, Harris. Can't stop. I'm on the warpath.
Who was a hungry boy this morning? Joe was.
See you later.
Are you okay? Come and give us both a kiss goodbye.
I've got to get on. Got a pile of paperwork to do. I'll see you.
Perhaps Jack didn't hear what I said. Jack, breakfast!
Oh, yeah, because he couldn't have possibly heard that first time round.
Sorry, I was on my computer doing some research.
Oh, that's what boys do on their computers, is it? Research.
Oh, Jimmy, not at the breakfast table.
I've been thinking
You want to be careful, son. You'll strain something.
about my future, and only getting a 2-2 means that I'm going to have to try a little bit harder to get where I want to be. So rather than banging on about the COB volunteering thing, I've actually arranged an interview.
Oh, good for you, son.
Well done.
I just think with the world the way it is, you know, bankers getting paid massive bonuses while other people are starving, it's important for some of us to do the right thing. And it'd be easy for me to go out there and make a fortune off some internet startup, but I want to make a difference.
Right, and who's going to take care of the concierge business while you're busy playing with the Teresa?
I can do that as well. Plenty of Jack to go around.
Have some breakfast.
No, I'm going to go back upstairs, get my head in the game.
Okay, little man. What shall we do to cheer up Daddy, eh? Why don't we give him a lovely surprise? We could invite his best friend, Uncle Jimmy, round. What do you think of that idea? The only trouble is, then we'd have to put up with brain-dead Auntie Cherry.
Sorry, I'll be with you in a second. What name is it, please?
Wolf who hunts at night.
Right, Mr. Wolf. Who hunts... What was that again?
Wolf who hunts at night. I'm after Howard.
In what way?
It's okay, he's with me.
Sharon!
Oh, Howard.
How?
I'm sorry to drop in unannounced, but it's an emergency.
It's that snake Wollstonecroft again.
He's really crossed the line this time. He's brought the public meeting forward to tonight.
Right, better come near.
Jimmy here. Can't get to the phone, so leave us a message.
I just know I'm going to regret this. Zara? Cherry, how are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
Good. Listen, I wondered if you and Jimmy wanted to come over for some dinner later.
Tonight?
It's a surprise for Daniel. He could do with some friends right now.
Well, I'm not sure. We might be busy. I'll check with Jimmy and get back to you.
Okay. Whatever. Bye.
Bye.
Bringing the public meeting forward at such short notice has got to be verging on the illegal.
It's a cynical ploy by a cynical council. We're seeing it across the board, cutting funding for places and people that need it the most.
You don't know how important day centres like Pine Lodge are to those old ex-servicemen. I mean, without them, the only human interaction some of them have is glimpsing the post with his backside after he shoved a massive eating bill through their letterbox.
They know how important they are, they just don't care.
My dad died a happy man because of that place, and I'm not letting them cut the funding for it without a fight.
You mean we're not letting them cut the funding without a fight?
I don't have to say we every time, Shannon.
Well, that's just the trouble, you never say it. You've got this way of always making it sound as though it's just you fronting this campaign.
Come on, everyone knows that you both deserve enormous credit for the fight you're putting up to save Pine Lodge. Now, it's important to maintain a united front.
You're right, Howard, sorry.
Now, they've tried to outmanoeuvre us, but we're going to counter-attack. I'll get on the phones, mobilise the troops. We'll get some support out there for you tonight, don't you worry about that.
It's Anita.
Oh, God.
I don't believe it. We've been staging a legitimate protest outside the council offices, and Wollstonecroft's moved her on so he can show off in some photo opportunity.
He can't do that. Let's sort this running dog out.
Keep calm. We don't want to do anything to jeopardise our position at the meeting tonight. Stay focused.
That means you not doing anything weird, OK?
Weird? I don't know the meaning of the word.
Well, good luck. I'll see you at the meeting tonight.
Thanks for all your help, Howard.
Well, it's you two that are putting in the hard yards.
May the Great Spirit walk with you, as he who comes from the kiln of creation, and may he grant you the wisdom...
Oh, for crying out loud, your goodbyes are taking longer and longer. Wollstonecroft will have had his photo taken and be gone home by the time we get there.
It's just good manners, Sharon. Something you need a lesson in.
Don't get me started, Terry. Who's the nutter?
Mrs. Hollins, you're supposed to be a healthcare professional.
Oh, sorry, who's the mentally challenged person?
He's a bit eccentric. He's real Native American. Used to be plain old Terry Smyth. Then he watched Who Do You Think You Are, did his own family tree, found he was descendant from a Sioux warrior.
Really?
Absolutely true. His great-great-granddad came over here with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1892. Never went back.
It's still a bit odd, though, isn't it? I mean, if I found out that I was related to Lady Godiva, you wouldn't catch me riding around the street on a horse naked.
That's a bullet we all dodged then.
So, Jack, what do you think you can offer the CAB?
If I had to sum it up in one word, expertise.
You've just finished at uni, haven't you?
That's right. I know I only got a 2-2, but that really wasn't a fair reflection of my ability. More than once the words fine legal mind appeared in my assessments. If I'm guilty of anything, it's spreading myself too thin. I mean, while I was there, I did a spell with police forensics, I mentored some overseas students, I worked for the uni paper, I even broke a couple of real exclusives.
A man of many talents.
I do have a fairly extensive skill set.
All that's missing is healing the sick and walking on water.
I guess I'm just like the CAB. You know, I'm a one-stop shop.
Well, we're extremely grateful you're willing to spare us some of your valuable time, but the CAB offers you a lot in return. Apart from some invaluable practical experience, a placement with us can translate into 6 months of solicitor training.
I heard that.
And it invariably leads to offers of full-time employment.
OK.
So you'll appreciate that competition can be quite fierce.
Yeah. I mean, it's bound to be.
Now, do you mind if we talk about some areas not covered on your CV?
Sure.
What's your understanding of the relevant issues concerning the service user / client group and local community interface?
What was that again?
Never mind.
I've just had a call from Zara.
Isn't there a number you can ring to report abusive calls?
She has invited us for dinner tonight.
I wanted to go for a run.
Again. Jimmy, it is every night.
I didn't go on Sunday.
Yeah, that is only because your trainer split and you couldn't get an identical pair until Monday.
Well, I gotta stick to my schedule.
Yeah, well, you can't, because I've told her we're going to be there.
It gives me great pleasure to present this cheque to the Leatherbridge Disability Advisory Centre, raised by council workers, but which reflects the council's ongoing commitment to the community.
Oh, like he gives monkeys about the community. All he's interested in is showing off at the party conference about how many cuts he's made without a thought for the misery it causes. Oh, he's a...
Rattlesnake.
Thank you.
Right. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to have it out with him.
No, not now. We need to keep it low-key. We'll have our say at the meeting. He won't be able to run the show there.
Oi! Wollstonecroft!
Well, I think that about wraps it up. Anything you want to ask, Jack?
No.
I don't think you'll have to wait a long time for my decision. I'll be in touch.
Michael Wilson.
What's he done now?
Shot an arrow at Wollstonecroft. Got him right in the forehead.
Tell me there was a rubber sucker on the end of it.
Of course, he's mad, not homicidal. Every time we go out to protest, Crazy Horse is there to screw it up for us.
I take it you want me to have a word with him?
Please. Yeah, half the time, I think he's more interested in getting his own picture in the paper than he is in saving Pine Lodge.
It's a bit harsh.
Look at that article we got in the paper. Was the headline, Locals Take on Council Bully Boys? No. It was Leatherbridge Geronimo wants council leader's scalp and a big picture of Terry. Pine Lodge wasn't even mentioned till paragraph 5.
I see where you're coming from. It's a bit flaky. It needs parameters.
Exactly. I'd talk to him myself, but we'll end up arguing. He respects you, though. He thinks you and him are kindred warrior spirits.
Really?
Oh, Howard. By the great spirit of kindness,
Yep.
go...
How and all that. Haven't got much time.
Oh, of course, we'll come through. Mind the bison's head in the hallway. It's amazing what you can get on eBay these days.
Wow.
It's all authentic. Well, apart from the gas heater. Gets a bit brass buffaloes in winter. Take a few.
Well, look, I need to... The mouse has popped out of the house.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't often have visitors.
Look, I'll get straight to the point. This public meeting tonight.
Wollstonecroft is going to feel the full wrath of the Sioux Nation.
That's what worries me. Softly, softly, catch your monkey, eh?
I'm not with you.
Well, perhaps you can leave some of your accoutrements behind, like the headdress, the skins, definitely the loincloth.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you. You of all people. Would you ask a Sikh not to wear a turban? Or a Jew not to wear his yarmulke?
Well, no.
Then why ask me to deny my heritage? Dishonour my ancestors? Sharon put you up to this, didn't she?
She's just thinking about the campaign.
No, she's jealous I might hog all the limelight. It's not my fault I'm a magnet for the paparazzi. I would never do anything to stop us saving Pine Lodge.
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but other people might not. Can you tone it down? Just this once.
OK. I'll leave the headdress off and I'll go easy on the war paint.
No weapons.
Well, not even my favourite hunting spear.
Good man. I'll let Sharon know we're ready to take on Wollstonecroft.
Fancy some pemmican to chew on? It's dried buffalo.
Right, that's dinner sorted. Thank God for ready meals. Oh, looking rough. But not that bad. Obviously worse than I thought.
Great. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mr. Hollins, still here?
Can I have a quick word?
Sure.
I know that I screwed up my interview big time, and that there's no way back, but I just couldn't leave letting you think that the arrogant, smug, self-satisfied know-it-all that you met earlier was the real me. Not all the time, anyway.
Right.
It would mean a lot for me to work here, and to be able to make a difference to people's lives. And I know that there is a whole lot that I don't know. But I can promise you, I'm more than willing to learn.
You going out?
No, we're staying in.
No riddles, please. I've had a nightmare day.
Well, luckily, I have got a surprise that will cheer you up.
Oh. Takeaway.
Surprise!
Really?
I cannot emphasize enough how saddened I am by the proposed closure of Pine Lodge. But the truth is that tough times call for tough measures. I assure you there are adequate facilities within the borough to take up the slack, although they will be slightly more spread out. So ignore the false information and scare tactics from the other side.
Stop your blustering. Stick to the facts.
Facts? You'd like facts? Well, how's this for a fact? I can prove that a member of your team has lied consistently, not only about this issue, but also about his own exotic family background. He's no more Hiawatha's uncle than I am.
That's rubbish. You take that back.
Certainly. If the gentleman in question can prove me wrong.
Now, what have you done?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, who would you prefer to listen to? Your elected representative or a man who appears to have very little grasp of reality? Allow me to outline the details of our proposal.
Why did you invite them anyway?
I wanted to do something nice. Excuse me for trying.
Nice would have been a glass of wine in front of the telly. The last thing I wanted after a day that I've had is to come home and play the jolly host.
Jolly? When was the last time you were jolly? You have had this permanent, miserable scowl on your face recently, and I have frankly had enough of it.
Oh, and I can't have a bad day at work now, then?
Sure you can, just don't bring it home with you.
Oh, because you never do you? Yeah, regular Mary Poppins every time you sashay through the front door.
There's a whole lot more jolly about me than you. Why don't you just let me do the champagne and you put your feet up? After all, it's what you're best at. Having fun listening to the adults arguing, are you?
You really do have a unique way of making the guests feel welcome, darling.
You can talk. You're the one who looked like Christmas had been cancelled when you opened the front door.
Don't worry about it, we're used to it. Cheers!
Happy days.
Feels weird being here, a bit nostalgic.
Oh, if you want to buy it back, just let me know.
Not going to love it, then?
Let's not go there, OK?
So, what shall we talk about? Shall we talk about how I've spent the entire day making myself and this place look wonderful and you haven't even noticed?
We compete about who can get the best shine on the toilet bowl these days.
And we thought you guys were going to be the Brad and Angelina of Leatherbridge.
Ah, we have our moments, don't we? February was the last time.
Really, darling? I didn't notice.
Below the belt, Wollstonecraft?
Come on, Howard. All's fair in love and war. You should know that. You want anything?
This is my fault. I shouldn't have riled him.
Don't blame yourself, Howard.
Oh, I don't. I blame him.
Why did you make up such a stupid story?
I am so sorry. I really did think I was related to the son. Well, the first time I did my family tree. Who knew there could be two Ebenezer Smyth, born in Smethwick Sally Army's mother's refuge on the same day? By the time I'd realised I'd traced the wrong one, I was already living the Sioux lifestyle. Made me feel special. Being Wolf gave me the confidence to start the campaign to save Pine Lodge. To jointly start the campaign to save Pine Lodge.
Well, you should have told us.
I know. I screwed up.
Come on, Terry. We haven't got all day.
I'm going to have to give my speech.
No, you can't. They won't believe a word you say now. I'll have to do it.
You haven't got anything prepared?
Tell me about it.
Oh, here. Use mine.
Oh, he's so cute. They're gorgeous at this age, aren't they?
You think so? I can't wait until he's ready to go to the pub. Much more interesting.
Have you actually cooked this evening?
Define cooking.
Preparing ingredients, putting them together, putting them in the oven.
Aha, well, one out of those three, so I suppose it qualifies.
Pine Lodge is such an important facility. It's the only dedicated building in the area for ex-servicemen. And despite what Councillor Wollstonecraft says...
You mean the big chief?
We should be angry at this reckless slashing of an invaluable local service.
You're on the warpath, then.
This is not a joke, you know.
Here. Let me.
Billy Lyer's back. What a shambles.
Yeah. Women, eh? Can't live with them. Can't throw them down the stairs.
Don't get old Jim Davidson on me, really doesn't suit you.
She's joking.
Still.
Everything okay?
Peachy. Can't you see?
Well, having a new baby's a biggie. Must change things. What?
Trying to work out whether you're being patronising or deliberately stupid.
I'm trying to be a mate and I'm making it easy.
You wanted to be a mate. You would have stayed away and given us some space.
Sarah invited us.
Oh, so you thought you'd come over and watch the new parents struggle. Did you think it'd make you feel better about your own relationship?
Me and Cherry are fine.
Really? So she's happy with you out running all the time?
I'm just trying to get fit.
Come on, Jim. How long have you been doing it? 2 weeks? Already it dominates your life. It's your latest obsession, Jimmy. You've transferred all your OCD into running.
I can be enthusiastic without being obsessed.
And you know where to draw the line, do you? How do you feel about not being able to pound the pavements tonight? Because I bet you wanted to. Hey? A little bit anxious, a little bit irritated?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm anxious. Yeah, I'm irritated. I'm irritated by you and I'm anxious to leave, mate.
And that's not the least bit defensive.
I want to go.
Why? Daniel, what have you said?
An inconvenient truth. That his obsession with running is just the latest manifestation of his OCD. I see he's not the only one in denial.
Now, if we allow Pine Lodge to close...
Close your chopper.
Actually, it's not called a chopper. It's called a tomahawk. And it's a very interesting artefact. At one end is a chopping blade, and the other end is a peace pipe. So when you were offered it, you chose war or peace. Isn't that neat? You see, unlike us, Native Americans treated their old warriors like royalty, cared for them and revered them. Councillor Wollstonecroft, on the other hand, wants to chuck our old soldiers out of a day centre that they rely on. He says it's the tough choice, but it's not. It's the easy choice. Cut student grants and they're on the streets smashing things up. But these old soldiers have too much respect for society. They struggle on, uncomplaining, so they get ignored. They might have fought their wars 30 or 40 or 50 years ago, but they're still heroes. What sort of society do we want to be, eh? Cold, heartless and ungrateful? Or like the Sioux? One that shows that it cares and remembers.
Okay, why don't we all just calm down? We don't want to spoil a lovely evening, do we? I've cooked. Ask Cherry.
If they want to go, let them. It's no loss.
Come on. Thanks.
Just telling him the truth.
The truth. Are you sure you want to open that particular can of worms?
Jimmy, we've got to talk about this.
There's still no call from the CAB.
It's not going to happen. I screwed it up. It's my own fault. End of. I think that's then. Hello? Oh, hi, Stuart. What? That's brilliant. Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know. Okay, Stuart. Okay, bye. You are looking at the newest member of the CAB volunteers team.
Great stuff. Well done, son.
You do it! So you weren't as rubbish as you thought, then?
I was, actually. I mean, first of all, I was cocky and a bit of a show-off, which didn't go down too well. And then I thought I should be honest, and he didn't buy that, but he gave me the job anyway.
Why?
Last week, I did a concierge job, and it was only for Stuart's mom. And she liked what I did, and he thinks I got the diligence and responsibility that they're looking for. Start training next week. Calm down.
Ah, Councillor Wollstonecroft. Leaving without saying goodbye. So, Pine Lodge, have you made a decision?
Well, I've been consulting with my colleagues, and I made it clear that, after considering all the evidence, that Pine Lodge is simply too important to the voters, the community, to simply let it disappear.
I thought you might come to that conclusion.
Thanks for saving me. And Pine Lodge.
I did all right then.
You did very well. Wolf who hunts at night.
That's all right. You don't have to call me that anymore.
I'm calling you that because you deserve to be called it. You may not be a Sioux warrior on paper, but you're a real Sioux warrior there.
Do you forgive me? Blimey.
Does that answer your question?
I'll say.
You know, you don't scrub up bad when you're not dressed like a loony.
I don't suppose you fancy going for a drink, do you?
I'd love to. Howard?
No, you're going to enjoy yourselves.
Where should we go?
How about Levy's?
Oh, no, Leary's is too loud. What about Dino's, the wine bar?
Too poncy.
Oh, everyone's too poncy for you. What about Banner's?
No, the grapes.
Marjorie Page has called for you. I said you'd be here.
I don't know, just a bit troublesome up there sometimes. Do you have any biscuits?
Who do you think you are, eh? Getting in my face all the time. You've got to go back. Time to confront your fears.
Please don't make me go away.
Nobody wants to make you do anything, but I want the social workers to come and see if they can help you.
I don't need any help.